If you guys lacking coins for all the new cards that are out, then check out mulefactory.com. They're the cheapest site I've found for coins. They deliver in 5 minutes. And if you use TGC Kurt5 at checkout, you get 5% off your order. Check them out with the link down below now. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to a brand new FIFA 18 kind of potential predictions video. Today we're going to be looking at what could be some of the most OP players in FIFA 18. This is players that we think are going to get pace upgrades, players that are going to be moving to a league which makes them a bit more OP. Maybe you've gone from the Mexican league to the BBVA, you're going to be a bit more of an OP player. All those kind of things, transfers, upgrades, the lot. We're going to look at players that I think will be OP on next year's FIFA. I want to say real quick, thank you so much for the support as of late. I've been trying to be as consistent as possible, and some of the views we've been getting has been absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much for the support on this channel. You are seriously all absolutely amazing. If it is your first time watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're uploading almost daily. Smash the like button if you are enjoying it as well. And this is the most important one. I want you guys to let me know down below who you think will be crazy OP in next year's FIFA. Don't tell me anyone that are in this episode. Comment down below someone you think is going to be like a new OP player next year. Not one we've already had like a Martial or someone. Someone new. Let me know who you think is going to be the new OP player next year. But we're going to start off with a centre-back, and that is Mathias Jorgensen. This guy right here. Now, he started off as a 73 rated silver, got upgraded to a 75 rated gold. He's moved to Huddersfield. He got a team of the season, had a fantastic card. Now, that obviously means he's going to be in the Prem next year. Now, I'm going to give him this card. I think that's pretty fair. He is absolutely massive. He is 6'3". He's got okay work rates, but 6'3", if he gets a little pace upgrade, if he goes to 73 pace, amazing defending, amazing physical, this guy could be the absolute bomb next year. He's going to be so low rated that you'll be able to pick him up really easily and still be affordable, but potentially amazing in a BPL squad. After about 2 weeks, if he's 77 rated, this guy wouldn't be more than like 2.5k, and yet he's still going to be a really good centre-back because he's got the pace, but he's not short. He's all-round, and he's in the Premier League. What more could you want? And if you want, say, a perfect link to... say if you want a strong link to Ericsson or Schmeichel, there you go. That's just an extra one for you. Happy days. And you can also, of course, link it out to the rest of the nationality. But I think he's going to be super OP next year. Next up, we're going to look at Hirving Lozano. Now, this guy has just signed for PSV. He'd been playing for... is it Pachuca? It is Pachuca. I struggle to remember. He was at 76 rated last year. He's had a fantastic season. Ended up getting a team of the season as well. A 99 pace team of the season. Absolutely mad. He is going to be sick next year. Now, I think Guardado has left, so you're not going to be able to get that perfect link anymore. But... look at the potential stats this guy could have. For a 79 rated left winger, I think he's got 4-star skills. He does. 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, great work rates. Not much more you could want from that. 93 pace, 82 dribbling, 75 shots, 72 pace, as I nearly knocked my coffee over. He could be absolutely amazing. He has potential to be one of those players that, not one of the top 5 leagues, but still one of those players when every time you kind of venture out, he's like that OP player. And I obviously think that'll be just super, super effective. I think people are going to look forward to using him. You can still link him up with a lot of different Mexicans. There are some good ones on the game. If you want to go Hernandez at West Ham, it's going to be great. There's going to be good options for some cool Mexican hybrids, and also there's still sick PSV players, and his card is going to be unbelievable. It just looks so good. So next up we have Yusuf Martinez. This guy is going to be unreal next season, I think. So he started actually off at Torino. He got transferred to Atalanta. He did have an inform at Torino, but yeah, he started off at Atalanta. He had a fantastic season. He's been injured for a little bit of it, but every time he's played, he's been unreal. His goal ratio is insane. I think he's probably got one more season at Atalanta before he's going to go to a European side, because he seems to be really, really exciting. But he's a relatively young player. I think he's like 23, 24. He's got bundles of pace, but he's got a lot of physical too. Now, I've just looked. He's already up to 76 on head-to-head. He's got basically 90 pace, some relatively good strength. His jumping's amazing. His physical's just good in general. And if we look at his stats in the MLS this season, he started 6 games, scored 9. Absolutely amazing ratio. He's scored hat-tricks against Minnesota United, 2 against Chicago, one against Columbus Crew. Like, he scores a lot of goals, and he's just been super consistent. So I think he's definitely going to be at least a 76, surely, based off his head-to-head, and you'd think it's going to keep going, and he could end up having an absolutely sick card. Like I said, you link him with someone like Giovinco, something like that will be absolutely fantastic. He's one of those ones that'll be under the radar, he'll be super cheap. I reckon within the first few days he'll be a K or less, and I know for a fact that sort of card in-game, it just will be sick. It just will be, you know it. Right, we're going to move on now to one that I think is going to get, obviously, his transfer card, but also a nice little upgrade. We've got Nelson Semedo. I never know if it's Semedo or Semedo. I clicked the wrong one as well. Of course, you guys know he's recently signed for Barcelona. It's looking like he's obviously going to be the starter one unless they sign Bellerin in the next couple of weeks. But he got upgraded from a 76 to a 78. He's obviously got his team of the season. He's got a few informs. He's good going forward. He's good defensively. He's an exciting fullback. Now, as it stands, he's already up to 80 rated on head-to-head. He's already had another +2 ratings. And of course, when you move to a big club, you sometimes get a little bit more of a boost as well. This guy is going to be in the 80 ratings for sure. 80, 81, 82, something along those sort of lines. He should have 92 pace. That's what he's already got on head-to-head. And some nice dribbling, defending, physical. He's going to be amazing. You're going to get some cool links with him. I mean, you're going to get the perfect link with Andre Gomez if he's still there. But he's probably not going to have a very good card next year. But there's always some sick Portuguese players on the game. Whether you go for a Portuguese centre-back, whatever you do, there's going to be a lot of cool options. And I think he's definitely going to be one of the most used right-backs on FIFA. I assume he'll be the go-to for pretty much every La Liga side now. And there'll be a lot of cool hybrids with him too. And especially being Barcelona, the amount of strong links he's going to get, literally everywhere. Strong links are going to be all over the place. It's just a shame he's not a left back, so you couldn't get that link with Ronaldo. But like I said, a very sick card nonetheless. I'm sure at some point in the year, you'll see Ronaldo with a striker in form and someone playing him in centre mid with that strong link to Nelson Semedo. It's going to happen at some point in FIFA, I bet you. Next up, we have one that's a little bit different. This one is one that I don't think too many people will know about, but this is the Marseille striker, Casimir Ninja. Now, this one is a little bit of an interesting one. I think I'm going out on a bit of a whim here. So I looked at this card. This is his upgrade. It's a pretty sick 74 rated card. His stats are okay. 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, but he's got 88 pace and 78 physical, which is absolutely boss. Now, what I noted is that I'm pretty sure this guy went out injured halfway through the season. Now, before he got injured, he got back-to-back man of the matches in which he scored a hat-trick and then got 2 goals and assists. The guy was banging in the goals before he stopped playing for Montpellier, and I'm assuming he went out injured because looking at his stats, he was playing fantastically. There would be no reason to drop this guy, and he's already a 75 on head-to-head as well. That was partly why I gave him this gold card. Now, if he was to get 89 pace, as well as having, it looks here like he had 81 strength, 80 physical, he's going to be a sick striker in that league. Not too many people use Liga 1, but if you decide that you want to go for a Liga 1 hybrid or whatever you want to do, use some cool strikers, he's going to be a dirt cheap option at the start of the game if he gets this 75 rated card. There's going to be some cool players you can link up with. I don't know too many Montpellier strong links he'll be able to get, but still, even if you just put a couple Liga 1 players around him, French ones, maybe then linked to Kante or Martial or something like that, there's going to be some cool options, and I think this guy is going to be a little bit of one of those under the radar little cheap beasts for next year's FIFA. He looks like it, he's got some good stats, and I think he could be very good. The only thing that will let him down is the 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, but that may change, and he has got good work rates too, and he's quite tall, so he's kind of got a little bit of everything other than the skills. So maybe if they change skills or work rates, he will end up being literally the perfect striker next year. Next up, we have Lorenzo Pellegrini. If you guys don't know, he has recently signed for Roma from Sassuolo. Now, I think this guy is going to be one of those sneaky little centre mids that a lot of people want to use. He's already got some pretty nice, well-rounded stats. For a cheap player, a starter player, they're pretty sick. But if you... Mine's a DM because I had to change his position, by the way. But if you end up giving him a little bit of a boost, obviously he's been at Sassuolo last year, had a great season, been bought by Roma, he'll probably go up at least 2 ratings. He's only 21 years of age as well, so you may even see him at an 80, something like that. Depends how much Roma play play him at the start of the season before the new FIFA, but you'd expect him to go up a little bit. And if he ends up having a card like that one in the top left, he's going to be sick. He doesn't have the shooting. You don't really need that. If you're using him as a box-to-box midfielder, he's got great pace. His dribbling and passing, 77, that's solid. Good physical, and then he's going to get a strong link to any Italian in the Serie A. That's great. You want to have a nice bit of versatility with these OP players. You need to be able to use them in a few different ways. He's Italian, which is loads of links. He plays in the Serie A, loads of links, and then of course there's the perfect and strong links you're going to be getting in that division. When you have a player that is OP and then plays in the same league as his nationality, it's just the perfect combo for success. El Shaarawy might get moved to an attacking mid next year. You could end up having like an OP central attacking mid perfect link. It could just be amazing, and I think he's going to be one of those ones that kind of throughout the year gets some upgrades. He's going to be a 79, getting in form, get an upgrade in January. We may end up seeing this guy in a lot of teams next season if he plays as well for Roma as he did for Sassuolo last year. Next up is Yusuf Paulson. Now, this guy has kind of been on FIFA players' radars for a few years. He had a silver. He was in, was he in the French League before? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure, no, he wasn't in the French League before. I've just made that up. He's been at Red Bull Leipzig for a few years now. He's played 123 games for them. He's featured quite a lot. He actually has a right wing in form. He's a striker main card. It was silver. He is up to 75 in head-to-head already. He was upgraded to 75 on the 11th of May, so towards the end of the season, so you would expect him to get that card next year. And on top of that, he's got 4-star skills. He's a 6'4" striker with 90 pace and 4-star skills. If that isn't the perfect combination for a gold card, I don't know what is. This guy should be in every Bundesliga starter squad at the start of the year. Pace, skills, and 6'4" is literally incredible. Granted, his shooting could be a little bit better. He actually only has 67 finishing on head-to-head, which is not good. It's not that great. But when you've got that much pace, his dribbling's good. He's got flipping skills. He has got skills, strength, jumping, stamina, pace. That is the perfect combination for a card. You're not going to find many cards that aren't in forms, team of the year, stuff like that, that has pretty much everything you want. The only thing he's lacking is the shooting. But if you work out how to finish on next year's game, that finishing isn't going to be that big of an issue. Every other stat is basically ideal for an OP player. If you think of an OP player in your head, this guy smashes them out the park. Think about someone like a Barbo. Well, this guy's taller, he's got more physical, and he's got better dribbling. What more could you want in a striker? And if he ends up getting it in form, he'll be absolutely ridiculous. The only worry is that he did have a good game on right wing. Now, he mainly played up front in centre forward, but there is a possibility they decide to give him a right wing card. I don't think so, though. It looks here, 25 games last season, most of them he played up front. So, fingers crossed he stays as a striker and he could be very, very, very good next year. Now, I'm not sure how this one is going to play out, so I've kind of chucked him in as a hit and hope. This is Ricardo Rodriguez. Now, if you guys don't know, he was actually downgraded because he had such a poor season. Well, he didn't have a poor season, but Wolfsburg had such a poor season, so he was kind of bundled into it. On head-to-head, he's down to an 82 rated. He's started off as a left-back, of course, but in his transfer card to AC Milan, he is a centre-back. Now, I don't know if he's going to play as left centre-back as part of a free or what they're going to do, but he could be one of those sneaky OP ones. Now, the problem is, he is only 5'11". That could be an issue, but he's fantastic on the ball. If you want to play a three at the back formation with a good ball playing centre back who's got pace, got fantastic dribbling, passing, and good physical, this guy could be a really good one. If you're playing a three at the back and you've got two tall players with him, and you want this guy to be kind of playing it out from the back, he's going to be a really OP player for that system. Any player that moves from a fullback to a centre back, usually pretty exciting. So I think Rodriguez could be a good one for us next year. Two more to go now, and next up we have Roque Mesa. Is it Roque? I'm going to say it's Roque, Spanish. That sounds about right. This guy's just been bought by Swansea. I mean, I hadn't seen this card, really, until I looked at these and didn't realise just how good this guy is going to be next year. Obviously, you're not going to use him at this point in the season because it's a little early on. But I think a few of his pace stats are going to get tweaked. He's going to end up being one sick central midfielder in the Premier League. Now, he's short. He's very, very short. But for a CDM, he's flipping well-rounded. He's going to be amazing because 79 pace, 81 physical. That's good. His stamina is kind of what makes that physical so high. 92 stamina. He is going to be running non-stop. He's going to be like a Kante replacement if you want someone from Spain. Means you're going to get perfect links and strong links to Spanish and Premier League players. but also you get the weak links if you want to link up with the Liga BBVA. If you want to play this guy on the right and have Ramos and then maybe Bellerin or something, perfect. You're getting strong links, perfect links, weak links. That's what's sick about him being in the Prem. Now, I love it every time we get a cool midfielder from a new nationality. Obviously, we had Herrera, but I think this guy's got something a little bit different. Like I said, he's very short, 92 stamina, 70 strength, still not bad, 89 balance, 89 short passing, 92 aggression, 81 interceptions. He's basically the Spanish Kante. He's going to be blocking every pass. He's going to be holding on to the ball like a madman. You're not going to be able to push this guy over. He's going to be like one of those things where you push him and they just like topple back up like either side. He's going to be sick, and I think he's going to be in a lot of Premier League sides next season. Hopefully he gets even more stat increase than what I've given him. He could end up being absolutely flipping unreal. And like I said, the thought of a strong link with Bellerin and players like that makes it really, really exciting. So he's going to be a good one. Last but most certainly not least, we have Bobby Wood. I did not mean to click on Franz Beckenbauer. Bobby Wood is a bit of an interesting one. I think he could be a sneaky little cool player next year. Now, he is currently a 75 rated in head-to-head already. He's got 86 pace, sorry. I think he's going to get a little pace increase, a shooting increase, a dribbling increase. He could end up being really good. Not a crazy pace player, but if you think about this guy, he's, like I say, he's got 78 strength actually on his head-to-head card. So if you end up combining all that, he could be like the perfect partner to stick up with Paulson up top, because one's a little bit stronger, one's a little bit quicker, height, pace. You've got that perfect mix. This guy's going to have good shooting, good dribbling, he's going to be good on the ball. And one of the most important things, he's going to get a strong link with Christian Pulisic. That's going to be amazing. I think he's going to be a bit of a under-the-radar cheap beast and could be a very, very cool one. But, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you have found this somewhat interesting. I found it quite cool to kind of look at players that are getting cool transfers to new leagues, players that might get upgrades, and players that might just go under the radar as sick potential OP players next season. Let me know, of course, in the comments down below who you think could be a secret little underrated OP player next year. Don't give me the obvious ones like a Barbo, Muriel, Smalling, something like that. We know they're going to be good. Who's going to be a sneaky OP player? Smash that like button if you guys have enjoyed it. Sub if it is your first time watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.